Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a general spray for the collective. This is going to be, they're calling this a timeline reading, right? So in this reading, I'm going to be doing 3 different spreads for 3 different timelines. Everybody's not on the same timeline, so everybody needs a different message, right? So this is going to be 3 different readings in one. The first reading is going to be timeline 1, and then we'll go from there to timeline 2, timeline 3. The timelines are basically 3D, 4D, 5D. Some of us are in the 3D, some are in the 4D, and some are in the 5D. So depending what timeline you're on will determine which reading is going to resonate with you. So if you're on timeline 1, then you would resonate with timeline 1. If you're on timeline 2 or 3, then you would resonate with 2 or 3, or you would listen to 2 or 3. Some of y'all don't know what timeline you're on. Some of y'all just know that the energy shifted, but some of y'all may not know where you are or what timeline you're on. So the reading will also help you identify with yourself what timeline you're on. So if you resonate with timeline 1 reading, then that could be them saying that's your timeline. You know what I mean? If you're not resonating with timeline 1, then that could mean you're on a different timeline. Take it how it resonates. So I don't really know how this is going to go, but I'm going to start off with some overall energy for the first timeline reading. Excuse me. All right. So for anyone that is on timeline 1, we're going to get some index messages first to see what timeline, what's going on in that timeline and what you need to know. So for anybody that resonates with timeline 1 reading, this is going to be to figure out what you need to know if you're on this timeline or not. You may think you're on this timeline, but you may not be. So let's go ahead and get your general messages. So Holy Spirit, thank you for being here with me today. Thank you for your divine protection. For this reading, we're going to be doing 3 different timeline readings. So can we please keep them all separate energies, or separate them so I can tell the difference rather? This is going to be for the first timeline reading, for the first group of people. Okay. So can I get a clear spread for them regarding this timeline so they can know get what they need to know? All right. So timeline 1 energy. What is going on in timeline 1? What is currently going on in timeline 1? As you can see on the split, we have a tower card here showing itself. So timeline 1 could be the timeline where there are a lot of tower moments, a lot of things going on, all right? So what's the energy around timeline 1's reading? What's the messages? Somebody's becoming rich or famous. Wanted to come out? What's going on in timeline 1 for the collective in timeline 1? What's going on in timeline 1 for the collective that is resonating with timeline 1 still? Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. Wow. So apparently one thing going on in timeline 1 is a lot of this. It's the first thing I saw. So in timeline 1, there's a lot of this going on. A lot of people are doing this type of thing in timeline 1. They could be doing this for pleasure. They could be doing it for ritual purposes, or like ceremonies. Like this could be a ceremony or something where people do this. I don't know. But in timeline 1, there's a group of people out here having orgies. All right. The Tower card did come out for timeline 1. This is giving Babylon energy. I've told this story before, or made this reference before, when Sodom and Gomorrah got destroyed. The reason why it got destroyed because everybody in that town was doing this type of shit, having sex with everybody, you know, even animals and children, right? So the Most High called judgment on Sodom and Gomorrah, and he destroyed the whole town because of their activities, right? So this is what Babylon looks like, I just heard. So timeline one seems to be centered around a town being destroyed because of its activities. It's, yeah, they have they have to watch you eat now. So people in timeline one have to watch people in other timelines eat right now. So people in timeline one, they're not going to be able to benefit or recover or regain power or control after this tower moment. So once this tower moment hits timeline one, right? Once Babylon is destroyed, there will be nothing left to rebuild or start over or recreate the same town they had before. There won't be anything left to build on. So it's going to be completely destroyed, right? So Babylon will be completely destroyed. There won't be any food to eat. There won't be anywhere to stay. People may be just living out on the streets. It's just giving whoever is on timeline one is about to go through a really major tower moment. A big event is about to happen in timeline one. And the event is happening because there's a lot of things going on in timeline one that needs to stop. And these people won't stop until they have no other option but to stop. So to make these people stop doing what they're doing, they have to be destroyed. That's the only way, all right? Because even when they were destroying the Sodom and Gomorrah, um, Abraham wanted to know if God could find any good people, would he save the whole city? And God said, yeah, if there's anybody in this town that's good, I will save, I won't destroy the city. I won't, destroy the town. But if I can't find anybody that's good, then the whole town coming down. So this is basically God saying in the Babylon, there's nothing good coming from it. Everything in Babylon is bad. Everything is wrong. Everything is out of order. So it has to be destroyed. Take it how it resonates. All right. Anyway, we have children. And I already said people are out there having sex with children and these orgies. So basically, this group of people, when they have orgies, they have these orgies with little kids with their nasty asses. Divine masculine was in reverse. Someone wants you to have their baby. This could be fire sign energy, and we have a kitchen witch. So in timeline one, there are people there that are doing ungodly things to children and innocent people in hopes of maintaining some sense of power and control. So these are people that abuse their power, and they can use their power to control other people. So yeah, someone's about to be destroyed. I keep hearing somebody's about to be destroyed. This could be a divine masculine in this timeline that's about to be destroyed. This could be your divine masculine on timeline one that's about to be destroyed. They could be going through a tower moment. They could be a fire sign. They have to watch you eat now because they are involved in some type of ritual ceremony or some kind of demonic activity or whatever this is. They could mess with this is somebody who has a bad spirit, period. I don't want to get too deep into this because this is basically saying somebody's a child molester and they have sex with kids. This could be your person, or this could be the group your person is a part of, or in this person's family, somebody did this to them, whatever this is. I don't know. And I'm not trying to go that deep. But basically, this masculine energy has lost their divinity. Where they used to be a divine masculine, they're not a divine masculine. They've lost their divinity. All right. So this masculine in timeline one, if you're dealing with the masculine collective who's in timeline one, then your masculine has lost their divinity. Okay. That's the bottom line. So if this is somebody you wanted to be with, you need to know this person is on timeline one, which is the 3D reality, the world that they live in, and they've lost their divinity. They've lost their power. They've lost their way. They could have a child with someone who is a kitchen witch or who does witchcraft or something like that. Basically, this person has cursed themselves and their own family. They disgrace themselves. They disgrace their family. This person's being viewed as some type of disgrace. This is how this person's being viewed, as some type of disgrace. Like they're not being viewed in a positive light, okay? they've disgraced themselves or their family. They've done some things, you know, whatever. Moving on. Let's see what else goes on with this timeline. Also, on this timeline, we're going to clarify this with some tarot. You know, take it how it resonates. Please don't force anything to fit. If you're not in timeline 1, this is not for you unless you're dealing with somebody who's in timeline 1. And this is how you will know if they are in timeline 1, 2, or 3. Because basically what's going to happen is you're going to start getting some offers from different situations. People will try to reconnect with you because they may be on timeline 1. You could be on timeline 2 or 3, whatever. So in the event that this person tries to connect with you, you need to know where this person stands. You need to know this person has fallen from grace. This person is about to be destroyed or go through some type of tower or some type of karma. Them and this kitchen witch, or they are a kitchen witch themselves. I mean, I don't know, but this is what you need to know about group 1, all right? They could even be into orgies and things like that. Anything else on timeline 1 for the collective? We have judgment. Timeline 1 is under judgment. If your masculine is in timeline 1, meaning they're in the 3D reality, they haven't elevated, evolved, or grown spiritually at all, they're still in karmic energy, then they're going to be destroyed right alongside everybody else, okay? And if you are still dealing with this person, then you're going to be destroyed right alongside this person. So if you're not trying to receive the same karma these people are going to receive, then you need to go ahead and jump timelines. Some of y'all have the opportunity to jump timelines here. 3D, 4D, 5D. This is the way to get from 3D to 5D. You have to jump timelines. So if you're not willing to jump timelines and you're willing to stay in the first timeline where things are about to be destroyed, then that's your judgment. You're not being charged with that. They're giving you the the freedom to get out of the situation, or the room to get out of the situation before judgment comes. For example, let's just say this is a universal reading for timeline 1. The world is being judged for all this cynical crimes against humanity, children, and whatever else, right? They're being judged. They're under judgment. These are the powers that be, the elites, the political figures that run our country. Those people are being judged. So with that being said, if you are being warned in advance that destruction is coming to a place where you live, whether it's a storm warning, a political thing, or something like that, or personal thing, whatever. If you're being warned to get away from this place before a tower comes in and destroys the whole town, and you decide to stay there, these are people who have warnings of tornadoes and hurricanes going to hit their town, and they can either stay and prepare for the storm to come in, or they can relocate, take shelter somewhere else until the storm passes. Some people will stay where they live instead of moving away from their home while the storm passes. They'll decide to stay in the eye of the storm and just ride the storm out by preparing their houses and getting the things they need to carry them through. But sometimes, even with all the supplies, all the things you need to survive a storm, this is the type of storm that when it comes in, there won't be any survivors left. There won't be any survivors left. So if you're in timeline 1 and you haven't, jumped timelines yet, this is your chance to go ahead and jump timelines before judgment comes. And changing timelines is not just you jumping into a new timeline. In order to get to a new timeline, you have to do the work. You have to, it's almost like, I heard body snatching, but it's not really body snatching. It's like the movie Ghost. When Sam was able to jump inside of Whoopi Goldberg's body and use her body as a vessel, it's not like you hitching a ride with somebody, right? You can't hitch a ride with somebody who's already on that level or on that timeline. You got to be able to enter that timeline on your own. You know what I'm saying? You can't hitch a ride with somebody else. I don't know what that means. But in timeline 1, These people who participated in ungodly behaviors or treated people ungodly or whatever or less than are being judged for all their wrongdoings, right? And the world is being warned that judgment is coming. These tornadoes and hurricanes and other storms that are coming towards us, they're not just storms to come in to clear the path. These are storms that are going to come in and destroy entire cities, towns, and places. Like half the world is going to be underwater, or wherever this storm hits, there won't be any survivors left. You know what I mean? So it's best to get out of the way while you still can versus sitting there trying to see, and hope for the best. Like, that doesn't make any sense. If you know there's a bad situation or something bad is about to happen and you just sit there and wait to see what comes in and you hope that you make it through to tell the story, you won't be able to tell the story about what happened because you won't be there to tell the story about what happened. Nobody will be able to tell the story. It's like when Noah got the ark, he was told to take 2 of every kind because when the flood came in, the flood was going to destroy the entire town. Children, dogs, cats, whatever was there was going to be destroyed. If it wasn't on the boat when the boat left and it stayed behind, then it got destroyed. So the chariots are coming in to gather God's people and to bring us to a new level of awareness or put us on a new timeline together. But when the ships come in and you're still standing on the shore waiting for somebody to come with you or whatever you're doing, and the ship leaves, once this ship leaves the dock or the shore, it's not coming back. This ship is not going to turn around and come back and pick up people who want to get on. Like, if you're not on the boat when the boat leaves, you're going to get left behind. So look at that, the 4 of Cups. I don't know. Anything else? Anything else for timeline 1? Look at that shit. I can't make it up. I knew it was going to come out, the 3 of Wands. Exactly what I just said. When the ships come in and you're not ready to get on the boat when the boat comes to pick up the people who made it to the next, level or whatever, and you're still standing there waiting for somebody to return, you're going to get left behind. And when you get left behind, remember Lot's wife, when she looked back at Sodom being destroyed, she turned into a pillar of salt. She was told not to look back, not to look at what was happening, not to worry about what was going on, just to keep moving forward so they don't get the same judgment. But she looked back and got destroyed along with everybody else for looking back at the past instead of doing what she was called to do. So don't let this be you, collective. Even if this is your own children, okay? And I know this is hard to hear, but sometimes it be your own kids that you have to leave behind. Sometimes our children, when they get older, they choose their own path. They live their life the way they want to live it. Like, they don't listen to instructions. They become a little bit arrogant, or they tend to think they know everything and they really don't. You know what I mean? So this could be family members. This could be children. This could be your children, your family, your person. This could be you leaving all that behind to be able to move forward. You have to leave all that behind. Because even when Lot left the city, he wanted his family to come with him, but a lot of his family members, his sons and daughters, chose to stay, and they got destroyed. But he had to do what he was being called to do, or be destroyed right along with them. So it wasn't easy. That's why the mother looked back, because she didn't want her family to be destroyed. She wanted to save her family, but her family didn't want to come with them. They decided to stay and just weather the storm or wait things out, whatever, or they didn't believe what they said. I don't know, but they didn't take action. They didn't move forward. They didn't go with them. And when the town got destroyed, they got destroyed right along with it. So this could be your story where you feel like your masculine is worthy of waiting for, or worth waiting for, or whatever you think this is. But sometimes when you find yourself in situations where it's either you or them or you, always choose yourself. Always choose yourself. That's the best way to make that decision, is by choosing yourself. Because only you can save you. Nobody can save you and nobody can save them. If they don't save themselves, you can't save them either. Everybody has their own path, And there's a tower to confirm the reading. So timeline 1 is going to be hit with a major tower moment. For a lot of people, this is going to destroy their family, their homes. It's going to cause them to be out of a place to live, nowhere to go, homeless, without enough food to eat, like really struggling to make things, to make things work. Like, I don't know, the whole town is going to be destroyed. These are the soldiers. This is like the army of the Lord coming in to battle against the king of the Knight of Wands. These two energies are like good and evil. There's a spiritual battle between light and dark energies. It's like the spirit guides are coming in to fight against the wickedness and the things that go on in the world. So they're going to battle each other. And it's like the one that destroys the other one first is the one that wins the battle. So it's like, this could even be like your intuition versus your ego. This could be your ego trying to fight with your intuition. This could be you trying to follow your intuition, but your ego is like taking over control of your thoughts. So this is somebody who needs to balance out their emotions so they can listen to their intuition about the situation, because somebody here can't really understand the difference between the ego and the intuition. It's like intuitively they get messages, but once the messages come in, their ego like twist their message to make it sound like it's saying something else. So for example, this person could be getting intuitive nudges from their spirit team to retreat from a situation. Like, get away from a situation. That's what they're being advised to do. Get the fuck away from the situation. Get your ass away from these people right now while you still have time. That's what they're being guided to do. But then the ego comes in, and the ego challenges the intuition and makes the intuition second guess itself, and makes the person think that whatever they think they thought was wrong, and they end up not listening to their intuition, if that makes sense. And they end up doing the thing they should not do. You know what I mean? So this is somebody who can't control themselves. It's like, I don't want to do bad things, but I can't control myself. It's like, this is somebody who could be like trying to stop drinking, but they can't stop themselves from drinking. Every time they go through something, they got to have a drink to feel better. You know what I mean? So this is somebody who struggles with addictions. They struggle with authority. They don't like being told what to do. This is somebody who's very destructive to themselves, not just others, but they're also destructive to themselves. So this is what's going on in timeline 1. These people are self-destructive. Like, anything they touch gets destroyed. Whatever they try to create gets destroyed. It doesn't create anything good. You know what I mean? It destroys families. It destroys people. If this is a drug addiction and you have a person in your family who was a drug addict, when you have an addict of any kind in your family, and that's like the mother, the father, or the main character in the family or the household, if that person is addicted to drugs or anything else, they spend more time chasing after that high than they do with their family. They leave their family to take care of themselves, or they spend everything they have on this particular thing. They don't take care of themselves or their family. So that's the kind of stuff that's going on in Babylon. People are not taking care of themselves. They're abandoning their families. They're running off and doing other things. They're just not providing for each other. It's just like a lot of things going on in this timeline that has to stop. And the only way to stop this is to like just destroy the whole foundation and rebuild a new kingdom. You know what I mean? Because this timeline can't be saved. There's too much activity that's going on in this timeline that just can't be erased. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like you can't, you know how you have the little Excel sketch board that you draw on. If you don't like, you can shake it up and start over. This ain't something you can just build on top of. This has to be completely destroyed from the bottom. Like, it has to go, like, it has to completely be destroyed, removed from the situation. Like, you can't rebuild on this type of land, because this type of land has too much blood on it. You know what I mean? Something like that. So that's why it has to be destroyed. So many lives were lost in battle. So many people lost their family to this. so many people had to live on the like. This is like, I'm trying to make it make sense. In order to heal the land or to make things better, the way things are in timeline one, the way things are going in timeline one, it cannot be corrected. It cannot be fixed. So what the only option left is to destroy the entire place and rebuild a new kingdom, if that makes sense. Because this is like planting good seed on soil ground that won't grow. Nothing will grow from this. No matter how many times you plant fertile seed in the ground, nothing will grow from this. You know what I mean? So there's no way to cultivate the land so that things can grow from this. You know what I'm saying? You got to till the whole garden or some shit like that. I don't do gardening, but the whole land has to be destroyed and refertilized with good seeds. There's a lot of bad seeds planted on this earth that need to be removed. So it's like the wheat and the tares. On the day of judgment, because wheat and tares, when they're planted in the garden, the tares will grow right alongside the wheat, and the two are almost identical. So instead of this separating the wheat from the tares while it's still growing together, the harvesters collect all of it and they separate the wheat from the tares by burning them in the fire. And the ones that survive the fire are the ones that's considered the wheat, the grain, the salt of the earth, right? So this is like refertilizing the earth so that something better can grow here. But before they do that, they have to get all the bad seed out of the earth before they can plant in new seeds, okay? I hope that makes sense. That's timeline one, all right? My goodness. All right. We're going to move on now to timeline two and see what comes out for the collective that are dealing with timeline two. Timeline one, that is your message. Take it how it resonates and don't force anything to fit. So let's see what's going on for those that are on timeline two, which is like the 4D reality, right? The fourth dimension. Anything specifically going on in the 4D that the collective needs to be aware of on this timeline? At least the devil didn't come out in the timeline one reading. I didn't see the devil energy per se, but you can feel the devil's presence in the energy, like you knew it was demonic in some type of way, or it's considered demonic in some type of way, with all the like different things. This goes so far back that the things going on in timeline one go further back than your actual lifetime. It expands far beyond the timeline that it's on. So it's like generations ago this happened, and generations later it's still happening. So in order for it to stop happening, we got to get rid of the bad seed. We got to rid the bad seed from the earth. So they're going to set the earth on fire to separate the wheat from the tares, and those that survive the fire will be considered the wheat and not the tares. So if you can't survive it, then you don't make it, right? A move is coming for timeline two. Your move is coming. What else for timeline two? Someone is about to be rich or famous. They were tempted away by a lustful spirit. We also have bad karma. When the Most High takes you out of something, don't ever go back. Somebody here had no standards or low self-esteem. You are someone's earth angel, and someone is being backed into a corner. So in the fourth dimension already, I can tell that there's some of y'all still looking back at the past, looking back at the situation that happened between you and somebody else, where you had no standards or where you didn't know your worth. However, moving forward, okay, in this new timeline, there can be no lack of confidence. There could be no second guessing yourself. There could be no doubt in your mind that you are where you need to be. Because when the time is right for you and the Most High removes this last obstacle on your path, this obstacle that's standing in your way at this point on the journey is yourself. You've been removed from a past situation, right? You're no longer in that timeline anymore, right? You move forward, right? So by moving forward, what's coming in for you now is going to be something that's going to make you very rich or successful, famous or rich. So if you want this opportunity you have to keep moving forward. You cannot lower your standards. You cannot go back to a situation that the Most High had to remove you from, because you are the Most High's earth angel. You are a chosen one. Timeline 2. You are looked at as chosen ones. The person that's backed into the corner is you. Don't put yourself in a box. Don't back yourself into no corner. Don't fall away from your assignment. Don't put your, see, because somebody here is under attack. Just like with Lot's wife. She saw the attack happening to the people in the town of Sodom and Gomorrah. She looked back to see what was going on. And when she did that, she turned to a pillar of salt. She couldn't believe her eyes. The shit that she saw going on when she looked back to see what was happening that made her turn into a pillar of salt, she was seeing people that she loved and cared about being destroyed, burning in the fire. Also, when they're showing me the wheat from the tares will separate themselves from the tares. The tares would be the people that choose to stay in this place where they're in and not do anything about it. The wheat would be the ones that would take heed to the warning and flee from this place so they don't burn up with the tares. You see what I'm saying? It's like a biblical reference as well as a spiritual reference, right? These people that are in this 3D reality have no standards. They have no faith. They have no confidence in themselves. They have low standards. They don't want much. All they care about is money, right? Fame and fortune, okay? So those people in that first timeline we talked about are under spiritual attack. Meanwhile, the people that escaped that are in 4D, like in a resting place right now until the 5D opportunity or the 5D timeline jump happens for you, right? Until you jump timelines again. So for those of you in the 4D reality, you're being put here until you jump timelines again. So when the time comes for you to jump timelines into the 5D, you'll be ready. So you're being isolated for some of you in this fourth dimension. This is like the place in your mind where you think about, it's almost like a mental prison, but it's not necessarily a mental prison, but it's in the mental energy. It's swords energy. It's in between the two worlds, you know, where you can still see what's going on here, but you really can't see what's going on here. And where you are right now, everything is coming together. You know what I'm saying? Everything is starting to come together, form a logical thought, or I don't know, right? Anyway, timeline 2, this is what I'm getting for you. Somebody is stuck in their own trap and does spell work to make you think about them. And you are multidimensional. Yeah, because you're on a new timeline. So timeline 2, whomever this person was you had to leave behind, or people you left behind. The God, Most High says you are an earth angel. You are his earth angel. He sent you as an earth angel. Okay? And these people attacked you not knowing that you were an earth angel, a chosen one. They tried to back you into a corner. They tried to lower your standards. They tried to mentally attack you, physically attack you, verbally attack you. Basically, they did everything they could think of to you that made them feel good. You know, like, I'm getting Aries. Somebody could be an Aries. But anyway, let's see what's going on here with timeline 2. Timeline 2, let's see what's going on here. No standards. Bad karma if you go back to your past. Something from the past is bad luck for you. It's not going to work out for you. Something in the past didn't work out for you, okay? Something in your past did not work out for you because you are an earth angel. You were chosen for this. You were sent to teach somebody a lesson, to get somebody to surrender. You were sent to get someone, to help someone to surrender. I told you this is swords energy. A lot of swords energy. The card just said that when the Most High takes you away from something, don't ever go back because it's bad karma. Okay? When you are being removed from a situation and God himself had to send help to get you away from a situation, to put you in a better position or to put you in a place of peace or rest, then you don't go back to that situation. Okay? You just don't go back. Nothing good will come from it, is what I'm hearing. Going back to the situation, nothing good is going to come from it. Nothing in your favor is going to work out. Nothing's going to work out in your favor. So, timeline 2 is confusing because here's the thing. It's a place of mental rest. It's a place where you can finally rest and you can recover and you can heal and you can focus on yourself and you can do what you're being called to do. You can look at things from a different perspective. This is where you take everything you've learned from your past experience and you process the lessons you learned. Like you learned some type of lesson. Learn the lesson. You learned the lesson and you taught this person a lesson. And I think I said that earlier. You were sent to teach this person a lesson. They didn't learn the lesson with you, but they'll learn the lesson with somebody else. So it's like you were sent to teach this person a lesson. And once you taught this person the lesson, it was time for you to move on. But this person didn't learn no lesson, and they don't know that still trying to return is not a good idea. So they didn't learn no lesson that they were supposed to learn. So they think returning to you is a good idea, but it's a bad idea for them to turn back around again. It's a bad idea for you to go back to them. You may think it's a good idea to go back and try to help this person again, but it's not a good idea. It's not smart. It's not wise. It's not being advised. It's not being advised for you to try to go back and save this person or help this person. This person had a chance to help themselves and they chose not to. They didn't learn the lesson. It's time to move on. That's your message, all right? You leaving me behind was the best thing you can do. Even the person you left behind is telling you that you leaving them was the best thing you could do. So it's almost like they're proud of you for being able to move on from them. Doing that was the best thing you could do. It was hard for you to make that decision, but making that decision to move forward was the best thing you could do. Okay? Say your how resonates. So timeline 2 looks like y'all are in a 4D dimensional state of mind trying to figure out if you made the right choice or not. The answer is yes, you did. You made the right decision. You chose the right path. You left this person behind because you knew it was time for you to go. And by doing so, you're putting yourself in position to receive a lot more than what you thought you lost. This Knight of Wands in reverse is trying to come back in as a new person, but they're still coming back in as somebody who's deceptive, dishonest, and not loyal. All right? Trying to avoid a tower moment with you. This person's trying to avoid a tower moment with you. Also, this is karma coming in for them and not you. This is their karma, not yours, okay? You learned your lesson. They did not. So because this person from your past did not learn their lesson, then they're going to get the karma they deserve, and you're going to have to accept the fact that it's over between the two of you and just move on, all right? It may not be easy for you to do that because you know what's coming in, but you also know that it's not good for you to go back because you know what's coming in. The Hierophant. This is the decision that has been made for you, my love. Timeline 2 that are waiting for your next assignment. Your next assignment in this place of rest is for you to focus on yourself. For you to retrain your thoughts or unlearn the bad things you were taught and teach yourself something new. So it's time for you to learn something new. You've learned this lesson already, so you're about to step into a new chapter where you're going to learn something more or something new, and this new insight or this is almost like another line of work for you. Like this is some type of business opportunity coming in for you, but it's like a spiritual it's a spiritual position. You're going to be in a position to reach out to other people or connect with other people on a more spiritual level. So basically, the people you're about to start meeting now in the 4D reality where you are. So basically, all of y'all on the 4D realm or in the 4D dimension, all of y'all are on the same level. All of y'all are spiritual, enlightened people. So in this place where you are right now, you may make a connection with somebody that's on your spiritual level versus this person from your past. This is where you may find your new person. This is where you may find people that you can actually connect with or learn from or be with or whatever this is. This is where you're going to find your tribe in the 4D reality, right? And then after you guys connect here and you timeline jump together, that's where you will be prosperous in abundance and create wealth and success for yourself, right? Something like that. So this is where you meet new people and where you start to build new relationships with people on your level. This past situation was a past situation for you to learn from your experience or learn how to move on when it's time to leave, like when it's time to go. So it's going to be easier for you to make connections here in the fourth dimension with people on your spiritual path than it was for you to make in the past. You were trying to make this spiritual bond or connection with people from your past who were not on your spiritual level, who didn't have spiritual awareness or themselves or something like that. So unequally yoked. So the Ace of Cups is coming in for you in this new timeline. I just said you may meet somebody new while you're here waiting for your next steps or your next assignment, whatever this is. But while you're here waiting for this, while you're here working on yourself, this is what you're going to end up getting out of the situation. An Ace of Cups, a partnership, a new lover, another person that may be spiritually gifted like you, somebody that's on your spiritual path. So timeline 2, people, those in the place of rest. While you're in this place of rest, things are going to be changing for you for the better. You may meet new people that you will connect with in this place that are on your spiritual journey, that are on the same spiritual journey with you. So the two of you may connect romantically. This could be a businessship, a partnership, a loveship, a relationship that could lead to marriage. So for this level or for this message, you're going to have to learn how to use your intuition so you don't trust the wrong people, or you'll know what people you can trust. So a lot of collaborative people, a lot of collaboration with other people. Some of them may pursue you romantically. Some of them may pursue you for your wisdom, for your knowledge, for your advice. I feel like you can actually use this time where you are right now to make money using your gifts. It's like you can get paid for your services here. Here is where you make the money you need to move forward. Here is where you make the partnership with the people you need to connect with. This is where you're going to find the things you love to do. You know what I'm saying? So this is where you get to gather all of your resources. So when the next timeline jump comes, you will be ready to go when the time comes. You see what I'm saying? You'll have everything you need. So this is where you gather the things that you need to move forward. Like get your supplies together, make your connections, choose a partner to be with, whatever this is. This is where you will be able to do these things in this timeline, okay? I hope that makes sense. Yep, the 4 of Wands. So timeline 2 looks really good. This is the 4D reality that we are in for some of us. And some of us here are looking at things around us and we're starting to see in our timeline, we don't have tower moments and 10 of Wands and a spiritual attack and shit. In this timeline, you can actually be comfortable and you can actually enjoy yourself. You don't have to worry about what's going on with everybody else. You're not even going to be affected by the negative energy outside of you. Where you are now is where you need to be. Resting, recovering, healing, mastering your gifts, crafting your gifts, and using your gifts. All right. So that's timeline 2. I hope that makes sense. Oh, shoot. Sorry. See how I just got distracted? Somebody came in. Tried to mess me up. I'm trying to make sure it ain't gonna fall. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, so this person is going to try to distract you again and get you off your spiritual path, because this is where you're going to meet the people you need to connect with and you'll be able to connect with people that you relate to and understand you, and you guys will be like perfect matches to each other. So this is where you may meet your new soulmate as well. All right. So if you're on timeline 2, I feel like this is where you're going to meet your new soulmate. This is where you're going to get a high level commitment. This is where you're going to meet people that are just like you, people that you can actually connect with and enjoy being around. Unlike the people from your past, just don't lower your standards. Don't just accept anybody's offer. Trust your intuition about your decisions and use your discernment to help you see past whatever the illusions may be. All right. All right, let's see what's going on for the last timeline, and we're going to wrap this up. So if you're on timeline 3, which is the 5D timeline, we're going to see what comes out for you guys. All right. All I want to do is be great. That's it. Okay. Timeline 3, messages for the highest good. We have an Empress here. We have your good spirit irritates their demons, and your gift also intimidate them as well. We have scavenger energy. Somebody will lose a child because of dark magic. We have fear, which is the false evidence of something appearing to be real. Past life connection. And illegal activities is all about the money. In the 5D reality, this is what we got going on. This is very interesting. It almost feels like this third timeline is the place where all the bad people are, and they're being held for judgment as if they're being locked up in prison, like waiting trial or waiting judgment. So it's like in the 5D reality, I feel like this is where we all end up at. And this is where we are all judged based on our actions, where we receive good, bad news, or whatever the case may be. I don't know what this is. Somebody wanted you to need them and you don't. And losing it all. There may be 4 dimensions here. You are a star and you come from a royal bloodline. So, okay. Timeline 1 is where all the elites are, using power to control the masses, the world, right? Whatever. These are the same ones that are in 5D now, in prison right now, because of their blood sacrifices and rituals. They are being like almost given over to... Okay, this is where the Grim Reaper lives. This is where the death angel comes to collect the souls. So for those that did not pass their test in timeline 1, for those of you in timeline 2 that don't make it to timeline 5, or when you get to timeline 5, you still haven't learned your lessons, whatever. This is the final chapter of this journey, right? This is where everybody will meet up again in the 5th dimension, where judgment is being rendered. So in order to keep evolving and going to the next levels, which there's levels to this is where your soul is being judged. This is where your soul has left the body and you're in spirit form. You're no longer in your fleshly body. So in the 5D reality, there is no fleshly bodies. We're all spirits in that dimension. Okay? So this is also where it's determined if you get a new body or if you don't get a new body. So in the 5th dimension, there's no physical bodies. They're all spiritual beings. We all go back to the form we were before we were created, which is spiritual. In this dimension, it is determined in this dimension where you will go from here. Whether you get a new body or you stay in the dimension where you were, where you don't get a body and you're just a roaming spirit. Like you don't have a vessel to live in. So you're kind of like cast out of your body and you don't get to get a new body because of whatever you did in your old body cause you to lose access to that. Okay, so this is where the good spirits go and the bad spirits go. The demons, everybody is there. Okay, and it looks like in the 5th dimension, the Empress is the one that's sitting on the throne, The Empress appears to be the one that is ruling this fifth dimensional realm. The Empress seems to be the one that's going to determine whether or not a spirit is good or if a spirit is bad, if it deserves a body or if it doesn't. You see what I'm saying? They're going to be reviewing each person's past to determine their future. This is that dimension. Take it how it resonates, okay? All right, let's get some more on this. I'm going to be using the Good Tarot to clarify this. This is what I'm getting. If it doesn't resonate, that's fine. Maybe you are not in this dimensional realm yet and you don't know what to expect when you get here. But I feel like this is where all of us will meet up again and we all get judged on. Like our spirits are going to either make it to the next level or we're going to be cast out as demons. Again, I don't know. I'm trying not to mess it up. All right, let's get the overall message for the fifth dimension timeline. We have the 10 of Wands, the 5 of Wands, and the World, and Justice. I mean, this is where we all meet up again, where we all come together, where we all get judged, where we all get chosen or not chosen. It's like this is where it's decided where you go after this. There's other dimensions outside the fifth dimension. That is not the last dimensional transition that we make. But before we go any higher than where the fifth dimension, this is where you get judged on your time here on earth. Like how did you spend your time on earth? Were you a good person or a bad person? Okay, you was a good person. Come on with us. Oh, you was a bad person. You was down there doing spell work and dark magic and participating in illegal activities and stealing money and shit like that, or whatever you were doing. So you come with us. So this is where they separate the wheat from the tares, basically. Okay, this is where they separate the wheat from the tares. So I'm also getting the Grand Reaper is here to collect the souls that were lost. And the Ace of Cups. I just heard the pearly gates don't open for everybody. Some people, we all gonna get to the pearly gates, but some of us gonna be able to get in and some of us gonna have to get out. If you didn't make it in, you gotta stay out. If you made it in, congratulations. This is where this is gonna be determined, whether you made it or not. And if you made it, congratulations. If you don't, sayonara, like however they go to its source. I'm sorry. Good spirit versus bad spirit. The 3 of Swords and the Strength card. So this is where when you go before the deck, okay, when you are in your spirit body, you are guided to that realm by your guardian angel. Your guardian angel will take you where you are supposed to go. But before you get to the fifth dimension, there's a place of rest. So there's a place of rest. So right now, a lot of y'all in the place of rest. It hasn't been determined by your spirit guides where you are going to go yet. They can either send you back to the 3D reality or they can allow you to stay in the fifth dimension. But it's going to be determined based on your life past, right? So in the fifth dimension is where it's decided whether you get to come into the fifth reality or if you get to stay where you are or go back to the first reality. So this is where your fate is determined, where the decision is made, okay? That's what I'm getting. And I just feel like the one that's making the decision is going to be the feminine energy or a feminine energy that knows the difference between good and evil, that can judge a book by its cover, the Sun card, that can look and see if somebody is good or bad. So this is going to be somebody who has the gift to see the good and the bad in whoever you are. If it's more bad than good, then you don't get to make it in. If you have more lessons that you need to learn, you get to stay where you are. If you don't change at all, you get to go back to the first dimension. So this is where everything is decided and what course of action should be taken towards you when you get to the fifth dimension. All right. I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to butcher it. We have look for a sign, unlikely, and communication clearly, and be assertive. So basically, the fifth dimension is the place where we all go after we pass. And this is where it's decided whether or not we get to stay or go to the next level. If we get to go to the next level, we get to learn more things and we get to explore other options. If we get cast outside of the kingdom, if we don't get into this place, then we are either likely to stay where we are or return back to what we were. And either choice, either one of those choices are unlikely to, like, they're not likely to change for you. So the choice to stay where you are or to move forward or not is up to you. To determine your outcome for your future, it's going to be up to you. I feel like a lot of you are like Lot's wife. You look back at the past. Even though you're moving forward, you still look back at the past sometimes and you wonder what things could have been or if that person's going to make it too. It's almost like worry about what's in your cup and don't worry about what's in theirs. Worry about your destiny, worry about yourself and not worry about them. Worrying about them is going to cause you to miss out on what's right for you, something like that. So don't risk losing. Don't miss your opportunity to walk through this door looking back at your past. Like they want you to choose yourself in this situation. If this person don't make it, they don't make it. You'll see them again next lifetime, or you'll see them again when they return. They may return next lifetime to you. They may not come back to you in this lifetime. It may be next lifetime when you and this person come back together. I don't know. But their fate is not up to you. But your fate is definitely up to you. Will you decide what determines your fate and your outcome in the situation? All right. I gotta wrap this up. Anything else? Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic bond between you and this person, which is why the strength card is still here. It's going to be very tempting for you to choose this person or to accept this person's offer. It's going to be very hard for you to turn this person away. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Flirt, extend your light-hearted energy, and children and reconciliation. I can't make it up. All I know is the person from your past is still in devil energy, or they're in a space where they're not fully committed to themselves or this journey. And because they're not fully committed to themselves or this journey, even if they come back to you, it doesn't mean it's going to lead to anything positive. It doesn't look like it's going to lead to anything positive. It looks like it's going to come in and it's going to get you all excited again, and it's going to create an illusion that things are working out. And right when you think things are getting better, it's like something's going to happen and it's going to be revealed to you that this person was lying, like not being honest with you the entire time. It's almost like wearing a false mask to pretend like they want to be with you and just to get you to take them back, just to leave you again type of energy. Is not likely to work out in your favor. The communication needs to be clear here. It's not likely for this connection with you and this person to work out in your favor is the message. So it's best for you to choose a new direction and look for guidance or answers from your spirit guides on like what choice to make, because it's like you may likely make the wrong decision based off of lack of information. It's like a lack of information will cause you to make the decision because you don't have all the information. So somebody may leave certain things out that you need to know before you make your decision, but they may not tell you the truth about everything. So you may make the decision based on lack of information. or lack of discernment. This could also be you having lack of discernment and making the wrong choice again. So yeah, you may have lack of discernment and make the wrong choice again. So you don't need to doubt your discernment or your intuition right now. You need to trust your intuition so you can make the right choice here. Yeah. All right. Somebody wants you to meet them, but you don't. I want to come back, but I'm afraid. Somebody here could be TikTok famous. You're being upgraded to a new level. This person did not make the cut. They can't come with you, basically. And you trying to help them get to where you are. Like, you trying to get them to... It's like somebody wants things to speed up or slow down so they can catch up. But things are not going to slow down so they can catch up. It's either going to catch up or they're not. If they don't catch on or catch up now, it's going to be too late. And they played themselves trying to play you. So yeah, I mean, this ain't really nothing you can do. This is not anything you really have control over anymore. Like, you never really had control in the first place, but maybe you thought you did. But this is out of your hands. The Emperor in reverse here is choosing to leave a situation at the last minute just to get you to open up your heart and let them in. But it's like it's not coming in. I got a crush on you. They tried to sacrifice you, and you are the goat. You're the black sheep. You're getting an upgrade, and this person wants to come with you, but it's like they can't jump timelines without doing the fucking work. They want to skip going through the process of healing and get to the level where you are so they can be the goat too. But they can't just jump timelines and get to the level where you are without doing the work. So they're going to disguise themselves as if they are doing the work in order for you to see them in a different way, just so they can come in and hijack your plane or, you know, jump into your body and hitchhike a ride with you. It's the same thing I said earlier. This is a hijacker. They just trying to hitch a ride on your tailcoat so they can come in too, but they're not. Yeah, this is what I'm getting. What was done to you is going to be done to them. They played too many games. Everything in me tells me you're the one. I only have eyes for you. Can this still work? They are being prepared for healing, and so are you. So to death do you part. This connection between you and this person is destroying someone else's ego right now. It's making them feel very insecure with themselves. Losing you was like losing themselves or losing something very valuable. And it's like now that they realize they've lost you and they see you are moving on to a new level, or you're, you know, doing your own thing, or you're with someone else, it's making them feel like they have to race against the clock or beat out the competition or get rid of the competition or something like that. Like, this person may be trying to do certain things to get rid of the competition, so there is no competition. But your spirit guide says, I wish they would. So here's the thing. Outside of the 5D message in the fifth dimension, there still seems to be a lot of like toxic energy, but it's not necessarily, it's a spiritual battle in the 5D. It's not a physical battle, it's a spiritual war. So it's like the angels or the demons that want to get in are trying to force their way into the kingdom, but the spirits that are good are trying to defend this place and keep them out. But some of y'all, some of y'all are the key to this new life for this person. But the thing is, they have demonic spirits attached to them. So they can't get in on their own. They need somebody to open the door for them, and you're the access they need to get in. So they're disguising themselves as your person so they can come in with you like your plus one or your guest. But this is not somebody that's good for you, or it's going to work out. This is not going to work out for you. Like, your spirit guides are going to see this person is still attached to you somehow, and they may turn you away because you still have this attachment with this person. Until you get free from this person, you can't get in either. Your spirit guides will see that something's still attached to you, and you won't be able to cross over either with this demonic attachment to you. So you're going to have to sacrifice them to save yourself, basically. Because you're covered by the blood and they're not. They're not covered by the blood like you are. So you're going to have to sacrifice this person to save yourself. Both of y'all can't get in together. Only one of y'all going to make it through. Okay. Alrighty, I'm going to stop there. Take it how it resonates. Empress, this is for you to know, because you are the one that's going to be pursued by these two energies. And this person is going to try to come in like a new person, but they're still in double energy. And you're only going to be able to know this by using your discernment. So, yeah, if you don't trust yourself and you don't think that you have the right mindset or the clarity you need to see the truth, you need to go to your spirit guides and ask them to give you a sign so that you can be clear on your decision. You know what I'm saying? Because some of y'all may miss out on the signs yourself because you can't see past this person's facade or image. And it may look like it's a good offer, but it may not be. So keep that in mind. All right. That's why they want you to be assertive. Stand firm. Like, be bold in your truth. Don't be afraid of rejection. Or don't be afraid of, what people may think or say about you. It doesn't matter, And at the end of the day, God has the last to say so. The creator of life will give the final decision. No matter what happens here, the decision is going to be made by them in the end. And nobody will be able to disguise themselves or hide their true identity. Everything will be revealed in due time. All right. Thank you for watching. Love and light to you all. Namaste.